Welcome back, folks, to another episode of Farm Sim. This is episode 50. So we're going to be doing something a little different. We're going to be doing a farm tour. And I think what we're going to do first is maybe go through some of our equipment and explain the map a little bit. So this map, if you guys didn't know, is, let's go over to here. We are on no man's land, so this is the map that basically has nothing when you start. And I even took it farther. I got rid of all the old equipment and the old money, and on this map we actually just started with this pickup, not the trailer, just the pickup, and this chainsaw, and we've done everything since then. And I think towards the end of the episode we'll look at our stats and stuff. But honestly, this pickup has been a huge deal to our, obviously, with hauling logs and stuff. So let's take a look at the other main tractors before we get on with the rest of the farm tour. This is Boss Hog here, and he is actually really good. He's our plow tractor, cultivating tractor, and he is really good at plowing. He can turn really sharp. We got a big plow for them that we use for Boss Hog, and really like this tractor. Didn't think I actually would, but I really do like him quite a bit. So let's move over. This is Veltra here, is the Pink Panther. This tractor we actually had from the French map when it first came out. I think that might have been like the second map I had played, and this guy made a return. We call him the Pink Panther. He's been back now to this map because I'm trying to put everything I've ever done really good on this map, and this is one of them. Alright, so this guy right here, this guy is from Farm Sim 17, and we affectionately named it just the Agrostar because this was my favorite tractor in that deal. And we're going to go over here and we're going to show you why so then right away I actually was going to call him Lime Time because he's a little different than the original one. But then we got this planter right here, and we'll hook him up quick so you guys can see. But his name now is Frankenstein, and to be honest, we should probably change his license plate. I have this weird habit, if you're not familiar with the channel, and if you are familiar with the channel, you know it, but I like to name my equipment, particularly the tractors, and so now we call this guy Frankenstein. It's kind of like the craziness that he is. This is our planter and so forth. Wow, I almost missed the most important part of the farm too. This here is Fred, the cone. Not this cone is pretty useless, but this one is called Fred and really important to the farm. Last out of our farm tractors is my favorite for sure. I'll pull him out here. I love the way he looks and sits. Also, this is basically happens to be the tractor I grew up with in real life, and we call this the Dirty 30. Now, long story behind it, the tractor I grew up on was a 4430, so it's basically the same tractor, just like 5 years older. And this is the tractor we basically use everything for that we can. Kind of. So if you guys, I should probably go over the horsepowers. This is a 390 or a 300 horse, and we use that for plowing and cultivating. This is our guy we put on our seeder and do some of our other stuff with. He's our main horsepower tractor at 190 horse. And something I just realized, Right before this clip is actually Dirty 30 here has got more power than Frankenstein. This is 143, and I believe this one's 149. But this, hands down, my favorite tractor. I will say I am super attached to the Pink Panther too. We've had really good luck with that tractor. And on to our harvester here, which we have two heads. And we'll be going over buildings and stuff, but I figured I would do our main equipment first. This is Big Red. And the reason we called him Big Red is that I think out of all the tractors over there, yeah, out of everything we've had, I think Big Red, besides our last tractor in our thing, we've had the longest. We've had this guy quite a bit now. Um, in 50 episodes. I think we got him back in the 20s. I could be wrong. But we call this guy Big Red. Really good so far. Um, Not much to be said with that. And for our last tractor, oh wait, we do have this guy we should go over. This is the green machine here. This is our mower. So we just use him for mowing grass. In fact, we will see him in a very upcoming episode. Looks like we got some growing to do. And then let's go over. Where are you? Well, we have a forklift too. But this guy right here. Let's back him out. He's super loud. Alright, this is our Fiat. This is a 180 horse, I believe. Yeah, 180 horse. We got this guy really early on for dragging trees. And we'll talk a little bit more than that. But his name is Woody. We'll call him Woody. He's got this really cool forestry bar deal. We can put the forks on him, and we can do some other crazy stuff with him. But I think that's actually all for our tractors and equipment. Also, I don't want to overlook our heavy, powerful rock. This is Dwayne Johnson. Been a key staple on our farm for a long time. I'm going to do my best to do this in order how we built it. So, actually, one of our first buildings is gone now. Our first building was right over here where this milk trailer is sitting. That was our first little house, a sleep point. And then right here was actually a little broken wooden shed that we used for a long time. We just got rid of this and revamped this area now. And this is a diesel tank, and we got our repair shop and the tractor storage, which was actually new. We were storing tractors in this, which was our second building. The pickup and trailer going here, and the harvester. We originally had a old yellow harvester that sat in here called Old Yeller. Now, over here, let's go into construction mode. I think we'll see quite a bit better in this. In fact, we did this field here. This was actually two fields, and this one, and then we did this big grass one. And we'll actually go over the fields really quickly now. And then we added these ones over here. So if we're looking at the farm, this is kind of heading south out of the farm. Or, well, I guess it's actually, yeah, south out of the farm. And we got all this planted right now. But this is our poplar field that we just got done with. And that's kind of what we started working on next for the most part was field work. And a very important area. Let's head over to, there we go. We'll head over to this. So we kind of started with logging right away. We were cutting down trees and selling them over at the original farm because there used to be a fair amount of trees. Actually, if we go over right, yeah, right here. So there used to be trees basically everywhere around these rocks, and up here on this hill was all covered. You can kind of tell by the floor or the grass that was here. We started cutting down that, and then once we got this all cleared, we started putting these fields in and buying our first set of small equipment. And these two little, that building and that one that was here. But then we started working over here, and we placed our lumber mill over here. We got saplings over here that we plant, and we definitely found out you can't tell the sapling pallets apart. As you can see, we have a bunch of saplings planted together here on accident, and we've been basically cutting the trees down. I drag them over here now with this guy. We used to haul them in these trailers. In fact, we don't even really use these trailers that much anymore. And this is the thing that just picks up the whole trailer, or the whole tree, brings it in. This is our stump grinder, and this is our tree planter. We'll be doing more of that very soon, because I believe these buildings here, oh yeah, we're starting to get a little bit lower on wood. And then once we made planks, I figured the next step was to turn them into furniture. This is our carpentry shop, and as you can see, we definitely have planks and wood coming out of here. This thing runs pretty slow for the most part. Um, we I thought that would produce a lot quicker than it was. And originally in this area, from this corner here, wait, right here, this is our corner, and over, this was all trees that we've cleared out, and then now we just started replanting in. So I think we're going to be taking more trees out and planting more in. But works really well, and honestly, this lumber mill right here has made us the most money out of anything that we've done so far. This has basically helped us completely build up the farm. And then what I did is I bought each piece of land on the way out here, and then put a road in, and then sold it. So basically that's what we did for here. And this is Flo, who does really crazy stuff and don't ever go on dates with me. So we'll go back to the main farm now. And I think then right away, pretty early too, we did our water tower and our greenhouses. We actually had a fair amount of these greenhouses. We actually had one more over here that was for potatoes. And this is now our rock into lime crusher. This we added very early too. This is actually a maple syrup farm, which if you guys don't have this mod, highly recommend it. Really had no issues with it. Great mod. And it takes water. It's kind of like a cool looking greenhouse. And then before this big storage shed, we had two more greenhouses over here. One for potatoes and one for sunflower seeds. And this is kind of our equipment storage. This is our seeder. That's our planter that you guys saw on Frankenstein earlier. This normally gets run by Pink Panther. This is our cultivator. That normally gets run by Pink Panther, but now that we got the Dirty 30, I think we'll be using that on him. Our herbicider. It's just a herbicide sprayer. Our brand new roller we got last episode, and our mulcher. And this is the big plow we put on Boss Hog. And then I think after that, we started working on our silo area and these. These are little production buildings here that have certain things they have going on. I think this one is mixed salad from our greenhouses, and the other one is potato deals from our storage that we have yet. I think this was the first, yeah, this was definitely the first silo. Then we added, I believe, the potato one, and then this one. I didn't realize they were all linked together. I was trying to keep stuff separate, And our pig food one. We've been trying to get that ready. We've been waiting for the pigs to explode. And our big silo that we just recently added. This one is the one that can hold lime in it too. Our first original, this is one of our first pieces. This is just a hopper, 4,000 liter hopper. And now we're up to the house, which definitely was fun for me to build. I kind of wanted to make this kind of look cool. And I know I overcrowded it, but I really like the way it looks. And I think I mean, we'll eventually get an even nicer house, but for the time being, that is what we are using. And this barn here, although cool looking, it does serve a purpose. This is the auto pallets mod. So we have a pallet limit here on PS5. And to save on that pallet limit, we now have stuff going into this building, and then we unload it from the building and haul it in to sell it. Believe it or not, let's see here. Yeah, believe it or not, we actually had this forklift doing a bunch of pallets. I had about 45 minutes of pallets for every episode that I did. And then I think the next thing we added was our baling equipment, which some of it we've had a while now, so I think we might get into upgrading now. This thing we've had for a while. That's the green machine that we talked about. Our tedder, our rake, our baler, our wrapper, and our trailer for bales. And I'm trying to think what would be next on the docket. I think we really got heavy into animals then for a little bit. So let's go over there. So I believe our first animals were actually cows because they take the longest to reproduce. Some interesting things here, guys. When we're talking about the animals, I only started with 2 of each type. So I Adam and Eved everything, by the way. So we went from just 2 of each type to, I believe now, let's go over here and look. On cows, we are, oh, I can't even look. There we go. We are up to 32 on cows, and they are starting to come pretty quick. And I believe our next thing we did was sheep, which we have now into 2 pens. We have this pen here, and this one's 32 out of 45. These reproduce a lot quicker. And we have this pen back here, which I'm relatively new, but we're running out of room on this pen here. So I think we might go look at one big pen. And this one is 32 out of 80. Definitely, this one's really cool looking the way this is all set up. And then I believe we got into pigs, which are relatively new to us. Let's go look at how many there is. These actually reproduce pretty quick too. We're at 18, yep. And like I said, all these animals we started 2 of. Pigs are kind of the focus right now because I feel like them are the ones that can get out of control on you really quick if you're not paying attention. And then we did our little mini chicken coop, which is now getting, yes, very full. We're actually going to have to do something about this very soon. I did not realize this was getting that full. These guys, we only started with a rooster and this chicken right here. So it'd be these 2. Yep. The rooster was 0 months old. We got it. So these are our Adam and Eve, and everything else has come from that. So I seen this is probably one of our older chickens there, and they are coming out relatively quick now. So we're going to try to get that worked on. Our production windmill, this turns stuff into flour. Right now we have it turned off for the time being with the new precision farm mod that we added. And let's go ahead in construction view. And we're going to go look at the town that I built. Yes, I attempted to build a town, and we're still working on it. This is our solar panels for the town. So one thing about this town, guys, is everything on this map is done starting off with just the tree or the cutting trees by hand with the pickup. So we have some houses here on this side. We haven't named this town officially yet, and this is my first attempt at building kind of a aesthetic build or a town build. I've never built a town before. This is our cheese factory right now, and I think we're going to worry about upgrading a lot of our productions here in recent part. Soccer field. I believe this is a volleyball field, basketball court, and play area. This is actually these three buildings here are cell points that I put in. This is, I believe it's the Aunt Jemima, or I can't remember actually right now. Cell points. We could go look at it really quick. It is very early on, so it's Aunt Emma's shop. Aunt Emma's shop, the restaurant, which gives us pretty darn good prices on cheese, and the town grocery store. So, and right here is the just an apartment complex. We're going to be adding to this town eventually, but we need to have some more money when we do it. And I think right now is a good time to take a look at our stats on the farm here. So, some side notes as I have these up is definitely that one of the rules was we couldn't buy leased tractors, no loans, no nothing like that. And you guys can see here, these are the stats on the farm. We actually haven't hired any workers, but I haven't been opposed to it. It just haven't needed to do. I enjoy doing a lot of stuff without workers. So you can see we've done quite a bit. If we go down to driving distance, we've drove 849 miles already on this. And we've cut down 402 trees, and we made 856 bales. And I have 120 hours on this map, so that's about 2.5 hours an episode. So we've been, yeah, I guess I didn't realize it was that much. Jeepers. And we did actually collect the collectibles off the roof of the cell point. At the shop up there to help build the town, some of the aesthetic things. We didn't use any of that money for stuff that would come back as a return. And this is our new four-wheeler called Mountain Goat that I got to get a good screenshot for this thumbnail of this video. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful day, and we will see you next time, folks. Have a good one.